Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're looking now at Rzlv stock. This is Rzlv, which we are seeing up today by 12.5%. Now this comes after a 5-day period, which has been quite shaky, right? We've been down up until the 22nd, you can see, and now we're seeing the stock climb up from there. And in total from that date we're up by 17%, and again today in itself has been very impressive. The question now being, where do we go from here? I think there is a lot to look forward to. I'll get to that over the course of this video. I'd like to say though, if you do enjoy the episodes, make sure to please leave a like and subscribe. It does help me out a lot here on the channel. I'd like to also remind you that this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor, so I'd like to make sure that you are doing your own research and coming to your own conclusions. But now jumping straight in, and before we do though, I'd like to remind you about my Patreon page as well. I do now have a Patreon where I have exclusive stock picks and also articles which I write for you guys every single day, talking about some of the latest market conditions and some of the stocks which I am also watching. But yeah, coming into this stock, I think things are now getting very interesting. Of course, today's been a massively green day, and now we're coming up to retest some very significant levels. You're seeing the stock here today breaking above briefly the 740 mark, I believe, for a brief period of time, but again we are now dropping below that. And what do you notice here? Well, you notice that key levels of resistance as seen before are struggling to be broken. You're looking at levels such as 720, 725, which we're seeing difficulty at. You're looking then up to 730. As I say, especially towards the late part of the day, a lot of difficulty just breaking into that range, similar to what we saw back on the 10th of September. If you are able to break this, and again I do think that this push up to 740 does show a lot of strength here, so if you are able to see this one break, you could be looking for a push potentially straight up to the 750s and then potentially onto the 770s for an ultimate retest of $8 all the way up to potentially 830, 840 or even 850, where things will get super interesting. But the next level of resistance to the upside going forwards into tomorrow is at 725 and all the way up to 730, 735. So that's to the upside, but then we'll talk about the downside, because when a stock goes up like this, when indicators do begin to rise like this, such as at RSI, the question is, well, what do we look for to the potential downside, right? And you've got to ask those questions. So I think the first levels to look forwards to are going to be levels at today's low at 695. I think you're then looking below that to potentially 680, 689. Below that, you're looking for a push potentially to 680 itself. Then you are looking for a push down to 660, 665. So those are the key levels that I'm going to be paying attention to here. I think depending on how things play out tomorrow, we do still have a lot of strength. I think the fact that we've been able to grow so much and see a lot of stability towards the end of the day specifically is a very good sign. I think things ultimately do not look bad at all. I think especially if we're able to maintain those higher levels of support to the lower side, then there's a lot of potential to see this one push up to the 750s and obviously potentially past that, as we have been doing today. Very impressive day. I still think that there is a lot of potential here, but of course time will tell. At the same time, be aware of that downside possibility, because that is always a risk, so make sure you are managing your risk adequately. Either way guys, I've given you the levels to the upside and the downside that are catching my attention today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it down in the comments too. Thank you for your time guys, goodbye for now, see you again soon. You guys are ready to get serious about trading for less than the price of a coffee every day? I've got to tell you about the new Patreon page that I have just launched. That's right guys, I have a new Patreon. I'm going to be sharing everything on here, from my personal stocks that I am watching to pre-market updates, as well as a Discord group which I have started. It's going to allow you to access similar-minded, like-minded people who are also interested in sharing their knowledge about the markets. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff over here guys. There's going to be a lot of exclusive content coming in the next couple of weeks, but do bear in mind, for most of the tiers, spots are limited. The Market Scout, where you'll gain access to the Discord, prices will change after 150 members. At the moment guys, I'm limited for time, so the Trader's Edge course and above, we're limiting the courses even lower, right? There's a limited amount of people who can join. At the same time, depending on the level of mentorship that you want, we have prices going all the way up from 1450 to the highest tiers over here that you can see. Again, if you're looking to take your journey to that next level, on these middle tiers, this is personally the one that I would recommend, even though it's not the most expensive. It costs less than a coffee every single day, and the amount of information that you'll get here, in my personal opinion, is absolutely worth the value. At the very least, guys, you can become a member for free. The link is down in the description, the comment section, and the bio. Just give it a look and see what you think. And of course, feel free to sign up if you're looking to take your journey even further. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video.